just don't have enough.
And I think we are now live. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Weekend League for round 7 and 8 here at Gavra Racing. You join us here in Singapore. I am X-Natty and joining me in the commentary box once again is...
Dono1570, hello everyone.
And yes, today we are here at Singapore and it should hopefully be an amazing race for us tonight. We've seen some great races in the past here at Singapore, the Premier Series from last season being one of them, and it should provide hopefully some amazing racing. We do have some cars on track at the minute.
Gavra just started a lap there going through turn 1. Very twisty section of the track, hard to get right. You need to get a good exit onto second straight. Just get his back in back at Gavra.
Yeah, there's only...
I think I don't know the actual statistics, but I heard like somewhere if he wins this, I think he's did he won the title?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm gonna get the standings up on my phone as well and go through them during this quali session. I don't know why it keeps changing to... There we go. Just getting the cinematic shot. But yeah, a few people out on the minute at the minute. A few people on mediums. Only got 12 drivers today, unfortunately. But still should hopefully provide some even closer racing throughout the field. So more drivers guaranteed points. Only 2 drivers are going to miss out on some points in the race if everyone finishes the full, I want to say 16 laps. I can't remember how much a 25% race is here at Singapore, but here goes Kev for the Racing Point team around the final corner on the soft tyres, comes across the line and does a 1:34.5, and that's the benchmarker time to beat for the minute. Sector is coming around the final corner now. Can he go quicker than Kev? Just missing out on the provisional pole time of 51:34.5, less than a tenth behind.
Yes, very close up the top. How he tried to come across, but he is 3 seconds down. Don't know if he had some traffic on his lap. I think he's going for another one on the mediums. Just get the lap going. Trying to come across.
Yeah.
Pushing the lap or something. I don't know.
Got a few more people setting times. We've got an Alpha Tauri coming around, an Alfa Romeo, sorry, coming around the final corner. It's Parsley on the soft tyres, up to the line, goes third place, just ahead of the Ferrari. On the soft tyres, might have a little bit of traffic on his lap. Bon Evil goes up into third place, a 36.2 on the medium tyres. So quite far behind his teammate, 1.7 seconds, so maybe the mediums might not be the best tyre to start this race on if they're that slow in quali, but there's plenty of time yet to improve.
Just kept wasting no time when he's back. He's straight in and taking provisional pole, but we are only 12 minutes into this, or we got 12 minutes to go. Let's see what happens.
Super Clean Racer preparing himself for a flying lap. Who else is on a fly? I don't think Sector is on a flying lap now. Bon Evil's 6 seconds off the time. Parsley's down on his time. Duftend, and is he a new driver? A replacement in the Ferrari? Duftend. I don't remember him from last week.
No, he's been in for a while.
Oh, that's just my poor memory then. Duftend in the Ferrari, currently in 5th place ahead of his teammate. Looks like he's on a flying lap. He seems to be pushing on this lap. I think he touched the barrier there slightly on the left hand side, so let's see what the Ferrari driver can do, and invalidates his lap on the inside of turn 12, I think that was. So
I'm not sure. Could not tell you at all.
Mhm.
We've got Connor, come on.
JMB Surreal's on a lap as well. It doesn't. He might have had a little bit of traffic with that Ferrari on his lap. Alfa Romeo, sorry, behind. Comes around the final corner. 1 minute 37 flat. Goes up into 4th place behind Bon Evil. And it's pretty close between 4th and 7th and 8th at the minute. A good lap from Jitsi Kev and Sector Corios on pole, 134.5, both of them on a 134.5. Really close times. Bon Evil the next closest, 36.2 on the mediums, has gone back out on the mediums or is still on those medium tyres.
Yeah, I think it's just these drivers, they're probably really competitive and just gone into some races by themselves and just tried to see what strategy works, what strategy don't work. So far I think the mediums don't seem to work for qualifying. They might be better in the race, I'm not sure.
Yeah, potentially. This track, probably a high likely that we will see a safety car in the race. I think in pretty much every F1 race there's been a safety car at this track, so maybe starting on the mediums might not be a bad idea if there's a lap 1 safety car, and then you can finish the race on the soft tyres. It's only a 25% race, so tyre wear isn't that bad, but from the 50% races last season, soft tyres do degrade pretty quickly, so maybe they might try and start on the mediums and get the upper hand on the soft runners at the start of the race. So it's definitely going to be interesting, even though it's a 25% race.
These tires, I do think they take a beating with the temperatures as well. But it is very technical track as well, so keeping the temperatures down or keeping them up, whichever one it is, it's going to be hard. But just gave us coming in the last 2 points to start his second flyer of the day. From Evil, he's just kept it out of the barrier there. Entry put here from Kev into turn 1 and violates his lap. Straight over the first curve.
Huge unfortunate for Jitsikev there. Might try and save the ERS and then go again on the next lap. Still has 8.5 minutes left to go in the session. Danger Times in the Haas is on a flying lap at the minute. I can't ride off board. There we go. Finally, once again. I don't know why it does that. It's so strange. But Danger Time's coming through the middle sector now. 1 minute 02 through the middle sector. Rootless Pack in the Alfa Romeo goes up into 3rd place with a 35.9. 1.4 seconds behind Zector Gorios, who's coming out on an outlap and was trying to improve on his time and steal pole away from Jurtsikev. But Danger Times now coming through the final sector. Only a few corners left to go. It looks to be a good lap from the Haas driver. Doesn't hit the barrier on the outside. Through the final corner now. Runs out of ERS. Up to the line. Goes up into 3rd place. A 34.9. Only 4 tenths behind Zector Corios. A good lap from the Haas driver.
There's decent up there. We have some really fast drivers up the top end of the midfield section. A few back markers, but you never know, these drivers can get better and better. It's just practice makes perfect, really. But just get us now coming through the last few corners. John's coming to the pits. Yes, he is. So yeah, he's probably running that fuel, so. Falls into the pits now. I think Zector Oreo is on a lap at the moment.
Ali Turgot's 1.5 seconds up on his time through the middle sector. He has a little bit of traffic of an Alfa Romeo just up ahead. That was really close. The Alfa Romeo though does get out of the way, almost rear-ended by the Ferrari. Here goes Ali Turgot though, round the final corner, runs out for ERS, similarly to Danger Times, up to the line, and it's just good enough for 4th place. 1 minute 35.5, 6 tenths behind Danger Times, but ahead of his teammate as well. So a good lap from Ali Turgot with 6.5 minutes to go in this quali session.
Here comes Zector Oreo coming. He's on lap here. He's coming to the last one, and now to the line. He's gonna nick pole position after Utskev by 3 tenths of a second.
Really good lap from the McLaren driver. 1 minute 34.2, 3 tenths clear of Jutsikev behind, who I'm sure will be out of the pits soon enough to try and improve it. Here he comes, coming out of the pits now to try and retake pole position away from Zector Corios. But a really good lap from the McLaren driver.
is on the lap at the moment. It's just on second. I'm sorry. Well, he is on mediums. Driver's still trying to set that off on mediums.
So, yeah, some people think they can go quicker on the medium. We currently got 5 people on the medium, 4 people, sorry, on the medium tyres. The rest on the soft. Super Clean Racers going around the final corner now to set his first time in the quali session, and it's 1 minute 38.1, 4 tenths behind Antonio, but still has 5 minutes to get back to the pits and improve on his time.
So we're just the Mercedes in the pits. Is he a air surgeon? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Pope's the reserve driver for someone.
Yeah.
Pope, having raced in the Premier Series last season, appears to be. I'll find out who he could be replacing. But let's find someone else who's on a lap. Bon Evil's up on her time on the soft tyres now, so this could be a good lap from the Racing Point driver, the previous Weekend League champion, on the soft tyres this time. Currently set at 1 minute 36.2 on the mediums. Let's see what she can do on the softs. Now around the final corner. Is it going to be able to be good enough to beat her teammate? It is. A 1 minute 34.4, 2 tenths off provisional pole and a tenth clear of her teammate, up onto the front row of the grid with 4 minutes left to go in the session.
Decent lap there. It is very close between the top 3 at the moment. Maybe in the top 4. Luke Jutzka is on the lap now. He is around matching his time. Just going through on sector 2 at the moment. We'll get some massive tank slapper out of that. Sharp number 93 left-hander, I believe, through the swing force lane section.
I think Pope is replacing Enwell's Gaming, I think. Either him or Juan Quintero, both Mercedes, not in this race, so Pope's replacing either one of them.
I don't know if he's AFK or he just wants to start last.
And Jutsi Kev
just imploded as well.
Yeah, I think that's the same corner he invalidated previously, or someone else invalidated at that same corner. Turn 16, I think it is, not 12. But yeah, comes into the pits. Might have enough time to get back out and set another lap in this session. Just under 3 minutes left to go.
Just went on board the realist back there, just nicking the barrier. Don't think they did damage, but they were up on their time. But it was on the softs. I don't know with that thing first in session.
And there is a poll in the chat. Who do you think will get pole position? Jutsi Kev, Zectigorios or Danger Times? Currently in first, third and fourth at the minute. The majority of the votes going to Jutsi Kev at the minute. But there's only 2 minutes left to go in the session, so we'll start seeing everyone start coming out of the pit. Just got a message from Gavra saying Pope is just here to fill up the grid, so... And he's opted for the Mercedes this time. It's currently in the pits, currently out on track on the medium tyres, and we'll be able to see what he can do in this weekend league session on those yellow striped mediums. Currently hasn't set a time at the minute. Let's see what he can do. But a few people coming out the pits and a few people starting their laps. So
Jutska out of the pits. That's going to be a tight one to get to the line in time. He's got he's got off the custom corners or put in a qualifying lap on his out lap.
yeah, it's, well, with 1 minute 25. It's, I mean, sometimes the time screens are behind or off, slightly off in the spectator cam, so he might have a few extra seconds, but it's definitely going to be close from what it appears. Danger Times currently 2 tenths slower than his previous best through the first sector, so might have to try and find a little bit more through the middle and final sectors in this track.
It's very wide, I reckon.
That doesn't have the DRS opens down the straight and is 1.1 seconds off in his times. I don't think danger times is going to improve. Ali Turgut though is just improving on his time, 300ths up through the middle sector. A few yellow flags, but I think there's just a few cars letting each other go through. And Ali Turgut in the Ferrari does have a little bit of traffic up in front of the Red Bull. I don't know, I don't think that's Red Bull's on a lap, just moves out of the way nicely. Now
swings around the final corner to the line. What is it going to be? Ali Turgut doesn't improve slightly, but it is only good enough for 5. Maybe that'll help solidify it.
It's good enough for 5th place, and 1 minute 35.4, improved by a 10th and invalidated through turn 1, so won't be able to improve on another lap. And the quality time is up, and I think Jutsikev is going to make it to the line. The checkered flags aren't being waved yet, so I think their timings are off in the spectator cam. And yeah, Jutsikev's been able to start another lap. Bon Evil is on an invalid out lap, so I'm not sure if she's going to get enough time to complete it. It looks like she will, because the people in the pits haven't been waved the checkered flag yet, so the timing's just slightly off in the spectator cam, and everyone's able to start their final laps. There you go, the checkered flag's now been waved for the guys in the pit lane. Super clean racer invalidating his time. Everyone else is clean on invalid laps.
Just flying past the retired Mercedes Bears. They enter 2. Very fast lap for. Oh, sorry, that was Bon Evil. Zactic Arrows is improving by 2 tenths at the moment, so this is going to be very. Oh, Bon Evil's in the wall.
Bon Evil losing it at the end, well, halfway through the middle sector. Hugely unfortunate for the Racing Point driver, but Zektikorios is 3 tenths up on his time, Jutsikev 4 tenths up on his time, so this could be a really competitive fight for pole position. Zektikorios round the final corner, runs wide, and I'm not sure that, well, it is an improvement, 1 minute 34.0 for the McLaren. Can Jutsikev say anything about it?
Yes, he can. That is pole position for Jutsikev.
And Jutsikev on his return to the weekend league snatches pole position at the final dying seconds. It's Jutsikev on pole by 800ths of a second to Zektikorios in second. Bon Evil and Danger Times round out the second row in third and fourth. Ali Turgut and Pope in, well, Pope actually got himself up into 6th on those mediums. Ali Turgut in 5th, Rootless Pack in 7th, Duff Tend in 8th, Antonio in 9th, Parsley in 10th, JMB Surreal in 11th, and Super Clean Racer rounds off the grid.
That was some return from Jutsikev. Oh, that was. I think if Zektikorios just didn't mess up that last corner, he might have gotten it, but that's racing, I guess. Let's move on to what is looking like a very exciting race today.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what's going on with my phone again. I can't see the chat. I can see Piero, and I believe that's Jutsikev and Bon Evil. I can't see anything else recently, which is really annoying.
I'll see if I can get over my phone.
Restart that. There we go. I would use my computer, but that uses Wi-Fi, and we all know the speed of my Wi-Fi is pretty slowly. So I just tend to use my phone for mobile data and preserve my Wi-Fi for this. I mean, it seems fine after the 18-minute quali session. Probably will die halfway through the race, but yeah, I can see that message, Piero, because I've just reset my Twitch. Thanks.
Go for the formation off.
Yeah, everyone well, the majority of drivers on the soft tyres. Pope, Duff Ted, JMB Cyril and Super Clean Racer all opt in for the medium tyres.
Sadly, no rain. Get rid of that. That one exciting race that has all of the rain.
Please rain, that would be great if it rained here at Singapore. It doesn't look like it's going to be raining.
I can't tell if it looks cloudy or if that's just Singapore.
Yeah, I'm riding on board with Jutsukev. It doesn't appear to be cloudy. It's hard to tell.
It looks very foggy.
Yeah, if it does rain, it would be a great sight to see. We all have a bit of rain. Maybe it'll rain for the second race, or even in the one-shot quali. That should definitely add a bit of spice to the race.
Any spice is just what you want.
While we're on the formation lap, I'll quickly run through the championship standings. Jutsukev currently leading the championship on 81 points. Danger Times in second, Bon Evil in third, Zectic Oreos on 44 points, only 1 point behind Bon Evil in fourth. Enros Gaming, who isn't here tonight, is in fifth place. Super Clean Racer in sixth, JMB Cyril in seventh, Ali Turget in eighth, Rootless Pack in ninth, Fizzy in 10th, who isn't here either, Owen in 11th, Antonio in 12th, DBD in 13th, Parsley 14th, Toby in 15th, Duftend in 16th, and all the drivers who aren't here are unfortunately going to lose out on points to the guys who are racing, so they're going to want to get a good result here tonight and try and gain on their championship rivals. But there's the predicted pit stop strategy. One stop, pitting on lap 4 to 8, which is a really wide pit window. Only a 25% race though. I'm guessing it's either... should be a soft medium or a medium soft. A simple strategy here tonight. How many races left? We got 2 tonight and then 2 next week. So that should be some 4 very entertaining races. Next week we are at Brazil for the final round, but here we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. We've got 5 red lights, and it's delayed.
Just hold it.
But the driver's building up their revs, and it's lights out, and away we go. Jutsukev off to a decent start. Bon Evil off to a really good start, as Try might go around the outside. Ali Turget down the inside, of the House of Danger Times. Bon Evil getting herself up into second place ahead of Zectic Oreos. We'll try and fight back on the racing point, but
I think Zectic Oreos just got his elbows there after side by side with one. Maybe. I think they hit Ali Turget, knocking him into 5th place.
Rootless Pack trying to go down the inside of Ali Turget, and I think that's Duff 10 trying to go down the inside of Pope, and a really good move from the Ferrari. They're still going to go wheel to wheel. Pope on the inside, it's Mercedes versus Ferrari, and Duff 10 gets to move round the outside. Pope might try and fight back, but decides better fitting to back out going into the new Singapore Sling. There's a Renault that's gone wide. That's Super Clean Racer, and I thought he was going off into a spin. Thankfully he was able to catch it and settles himself into 9th place. But Jutsukev already got a 2-second lead over in this race.
The Red Bull just knocked into the wall there, Antonio. We went for a move on the outside of Super Clean Racer, but then I think the track just got away from him.
Usually unfortunate for Antonio. The grid's still very close together after this opening lap.
Jutsukev's taken away into a 2-second lead. I think Bon Evil knows how fast Jutsukev is, maybe just trying to give him that gap so he can push out ahead. So we can see in Hungary, Bon Evil did ease off and Jutsukev through pole race.
Pope gaining on the back of the Ferrari on those medium tyres. It's definitely going to be faster come the end of the race when he's on those fresh, soft tyres, but he's able to keep up with these guys for now. Duff Tend also on the medium tyres, and running in a good 7th place for now, and we'll be looking to hunt down Rootless Pack in front. but the grid fairly close together, especially in the midfield. Pope only 3 tenths behind Duff 10, and might try and look for a move, but it just isn't quite close enough to get it done yet.
Later on, even on the slap, it's a bit hairy through there, and I think practically just going for the option itself as Antonio just comes out of the pits there.
Yeah, Antonio coming out on those fresh mediums will try and get himself back into this race and push on those mediums. Might try and hope for a safety car in this race. Being Singapore, a safety car is quite likely. And here goes Pope on the back of Duff 10, might try and look for a move, but just isn't quite close enough. But is starting to push on those medium tyres now on the Ferrari in front, try and prove himself in this Weekend League race on his Weekend League debut, I think this is. I don't think Pope's ever been in the Weekend League before. But Jutsikev already got a 2.2 second lead.
I think Pope might go for me one now. Always gets a massive tank slapper out of the ultimate corner. Pope might try to take advantage of that. Just eases off a bit. I think Orio's just putting past off Grace. Might want to get past Bunny on now. Short straight.
Yeah, Pope.
Very close to those two. Bunny just grazes the wall there. Here comes Zacharias, goes to the inside line, which will then turn into the outside. Will he get the move done? He sends it, but Von Evil's man shoot defend.
I don't know. Well, my intervals haven't updated. It still says Sector Gorio's 7 tenths behind Bon Evil, but clearly not. He's gaining on the racing point. I'll try and pause and unpause. Doesn't work, but yeah, Sector Gorio's gaining on the back of Bon Evil. Almost would look for a move, but these guys battling, just allowing Jutsikev to extend his gap even more at the top. Here goes Pope, maybe looking for a move on Duff 10, but he's getting so close, but just can't find his way past the Ferrari. Might try and set himself up for a move into turn 14, I think. But Duff 10 is closer to route pack than Pope is to Duff 10.
Just gonna actually Google the Singapore track and see what corner is what.
My interval gap could update at the end of this lap. That'd be great for Zectic and Bon Evil. That gap still 6 tenths on my screen, but on track it's clearly not 6 tenths. Sector Corres is really pushing to try and gain on Bon Evil, but Pope is trying to find his way past Duff 10. Duff 10 also trying to get past Rootless Pack. Just can't find a way past. Duff 10 does get a good run through the final corner with the DRS. Might try and look for a move, but just decides to stay behind the Alfa Romeo for now. And finally, the intervals have updated.
Runs wide. There's a certain Pope on him. Doesn't have DRS on because he's not DRS straight, but into turn 5. Has to stay behind him for the time being, but he does have DRS and he's using his DRS. You can see on the steering wheel. Where is he going to go? He goes to the inside line. He goes down the inside, locks up a little bit, and Duff then holds it on the outside line into turn 7.
And this you can see the train of cars that's now formed behind the Alfa Romeo. Sector Gorio's really close now behind Bon Evil with 2 tenths going through the Singapore sling, or the new Singapore sling. Under the bridge they go. Sector Gorio's just dropping off a little bit. Now the gap now 6 tenths. We'll have the DRS down this mini back straight, turn 13 into turn 14, to the end of the middle sector. Sorry, not quite close enough to get the move done. Duff 10 gaining on the Alfa Romeo, but just couldn't quite get the move done either into turn 14.
This is trying to get past them everything you can, using all of the ZRS so you can't see running out a little bit. So it's getting very close being Rootless Pack, Duff 10 and Pope.
Yeah, it's a train forming as Bon Evil's coming to the pits. So a really early pit stop from Bon Evil, lap 5, the first of the front runners. Danger Times follows her in. We've got a few more people coming into the pits as well. That's going to promote Duff 10 up into P3, Pope into 4th, Ali Toga, Rootless Pack also into the pit as well, passing the Alfa Romeo into the pit. So the two Alfa Romeos are going to be double stacking in this race. That's not what Parsley's going to want. You can see he's coming in behind his teammate. He's going to have to wait behind and wait for his car to move. So unfortunate for the Alfa Romeo team. Trying the double stack, but here comes Pope on Duff 10, goes to the outside line, will try and go around the outside of the Ferrari, gets the move done, but there's contact and Duff 10's into the wall and there's damage for the Ferrari to the front left end plate. Not sure that's going to bring out a safety car. He's now facing in the correct direction, but hugely unfortunate for Duff 10, now has front left end plate damage.
Well, it could be worse, he could have just pitted, but he is, I think he should be making pits up on this lap unless, well, he isn't mediums. When Evil picks up the time, how much there? 3 seconds on him later.
So, yeah, a few drivers with penalties in this race. Duff 10, Bon Evil, Rootless Pack and Parsley picking up a few penalties early on in this race. Lap 5 out of 15, a third of the way through this race. Will Jutsikev come into the pits this lap and react to his teammate? We know the fresher tyres and the undercut can be quite powerful around this track, and he does come into the pit. Sector Corios follows him in as well. So the front two now coming into the pits and being careful not to speed in the pit lane. Pope decides to stay out on those medium tyres. So does Super Clean Racer, and JMB Thrill also follows.
Well, I won't lie, the undercut seems to work on literally every single track on this game.
Yeah.
It's just the most wonderful F1 sim game you could ask.
And here comes Jutsikev now out of the pits and will clear his teammates. Bon Evil in the run down towards turn 1. It's closer than it was before though, or appears to be closer. You can see there Jutsikev just going through turn 1. Gap now 1 point.
Yes, he has, he's jumping.
Yeah, Danger Times jumping Sector Corios. So good strategy call from Danger Times. Has now got ahead of the McLaren. A few more people coming to the pits. Duff 10 for the hard tyres after repairing the front wing.
I think he wasn't medium, so he would have to go with the tyres. I don't think the softs would last. So it's pretty high tyre, I'd say, at least. I think. I'm not too sure. I haven't played this game in a while. Interesting strategies all around.
Goes JMB Cyril. He's gaining on the back of Super Clean Racer in the Renault. Will be trying to look for a move. Only 4 tenths behind Super Clean Racer. Both these guys haven't made a pit stop yet. The only 3 drivers yet to make a pit stop. They all started on the mediums.
Super Clean Racer looks all over the shop through that section of the track there. Just going through turns 17 and 16, but Jamie Cyril got very close to him for a minute. They stay out for another lap, the pair of them. Along with Pope as well, so might come on the next lap, I'm not too sure.
And
Jutsikev should be leading this race, technically. Oh, Super Clean Racer runs a little bit wide through turn 3. Jamie Cyril might get see that and try to do something about it. He does have DRS on this occasion. Down the back straight. Don't think JMB's going to do anything too insane at the moment. He's just going to stay behind for the time being. Still look at the inside, but nothing you could do about that there.
Yeah, JMB Cyril not having as much ERS to use as Super Clean Racer does, on 24% compared to JMB Cyril's 8. So he might struggle a little bit down the straights. He's going to want to try and find a lot of time through the corners and use the DRS and what's left of his DRS to fight back down the straights. Train forming as well for 5th place. Danger Times and Sector Corios still battling in this race and will try and catch up to Bon Evil. 2.4 seconds behind his teammate, who is in the net lead of this race. The front 3 yet to make a pit stop. So it's going to be a close fight for the final spot on the podium, it seems.
Yeah, it usually happens most races I've seen in this league. But these floodlights are looking rather beautiful as we enter lap 8 in a second, as Pope stays out for another lap. And so do the other 2 on the mediums, so Let's get us same P4 for the moment. Probably going to maximise the software usage or the free medium power runners as Judge Gav sets fast after the race. Pushing hard.
Kev's been absolutely on fire in this race. Is 3.4 seconds now ahead of his teammate, who's lost a little bit of time to Danger Times behind the gap within the DRS range now. Danger Times will have DRS on the racing point in front. That will help him keep the McLaren behind.
Just because fast lap is 7 tenths up on Bonnie, it's 3 seconds faster than Jamie's rule. That's going to turn Pope, so Bonnie picks up another penalty.
Yeah, I'll just have a quick look at what the penalties are. Bon Evil with 6 seconds, Rootless Pack with 6, Parsley, Antonio and Duftend all having 3 seconds worth of time penalties. In terms of position changes, Super Clean Race has gone up 10, it's Jeremy Cyril up 8, Pope up 5, everyone's gone down, but the front 3 are yet to make a pit stop in this race, so those are all due to change in the next few laps when the leaders make their pit stop.
Just get him on fire, as you said earlier. He's already caught up to Jamie Cyril, so that's a pit stop. He's managed to claw back from this clean air that he's had.
Yeah, it's all over the back of JMB Cyril now. This might be a time where these medium runners pit. I think it'll be lap 9 to 11 roughly. We might see the mediums come in, but Super Clean Racer actually pulls into the pits. Now here goes Jutsi Kev.
He's going side by side into turn 1, gets it down the inside as Jamie moves a little bit wide, maybe I breaks himself. I believe Racer will as well.
I think Super Clean Racer picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I just saw that come up at the bottom when he came into the pits. But the Danger Times has lost a little bit of time to Bon Evil, and Zector now is going to put Danger Times under pressure here. Danger Times not having the DRS from Bon Evil hinder him down the straights, and Zector and those slightly fresher mediums might try and get the move done on the Haas driver in the next few laps. Still got 6 laps to go, so it's definitely not over yet.
Yeah, Zector is getting very close to the bottom Danger Time. Yeah, he's getting very close as they go into the hairpin. Don't think he's gonna make a move just yes, but might go from here later. I think Pope will pit on the slot. We just started this, let's see what will come out. Just check the opportunity. Yeah, so it's 11 seconds to 6th place.
And
Pope. Filter, I think Pope will filter in around 8th place. If my maths are correct. Just don't know how long pit stop is in here. Jamie Cyril stays out for another lap though.
Interesting from JMB Cyril, maybe hoping there's another safety car, well, a safety car in this race. We haven't had a safety car as of yet. We're on lap 10 out of 15. 60% way through this race, and Bon Evil's all over the back of JMB Cyril and just hits the wall on the outside, no damage. This should be a pretty simple pass for the Racing Point driver. 4 lap mediums compared to 9 lap old mediums. Down the inside goes Bon Evil and back up into 2nd place. Does have 6 seconds worth of time penalties though, so he needs to put the foot down a little bit as Zector Corio is getting ahead of Danger Times.
Has Danger Times, yeah, you don't think about it. Or is Danger Times already done that? This race we've got around 5 laps to go. Look, yours very close to the end, Jamie's that's not very little bit close here. Then to the final section of the track. So, tires must be going off. So you pull in past the pits. As Pope just out there.
And JMB Sorrell is into the pits this lap to finally get off of those medium tyres, and we'll do the last 4 laps on a fresh set of softs. Danger Times still trying to gain on Sector Corio as JMB Sorrell picking up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and Bon Evil with 6 seconds worth of time penalties isn't safe of that second place yet. Will require a few penalties from the cars behind. The gap 2 seconds behind ahead of Sector Corio's. So a podium is at risk for Bon Evil at the minute.
Just probably get your foot down, get your head down.
Ooh, here goes Pope on Rootless Pack to the inside. The Mercedes driver gets up into 6th place and will be rapid on those fresh soft tyres. Rootless Pack will try and fight back, but on those fire lap old mediums, I'm not sure he's got a lot of grip left compared to those soft tyres. So Pope 5 seconds now behind Ali Turgot with almost 5 laps to go. Let's see what he can do against the Ferrari, but that gap is coming down at a rapid rate of knots. 4.5 seconds, and I'm sure it'll be 4.4 in a few moments time. But Danger Times has made a mistake. He's dropped 2 seconds now behind Sector Coros. I'm not sure if you saw what happened there.
But that might just be good news for Bon Evil. I think the gap is around 4.5 seconds at the moment. 6. They cross the line. What happened in this race? Just kept still bombing it him.
He's been absolutely on fire in this race. Took pole position, and apart from the pit stop phases, has led every single lap in this race. Has seemed untouchable from the start. The gap 8 seconds to his teammate behind on lap 12 out of 15. He's only got 3 laps to go in this first race before we start the second one. JMB Sorrell gaining on Parsley for 9th place on those fresh softs.
Just here might be getting a Grand Chelem. Last lap lead every lap. Pole position as well. So, Zecchio's has got a bit of fun. Very close to it. Anyway.
Oh, he goes, JMB Sorrell darts to the inside, late on the brakes, a little bit too late on the brakes. Parsley's going to try the switch backs. JMB Sorrell gives the position back, but ambitious attempt from JMB Sorrell, couldn't quite get the move done, a bit too late on the brakes. Will try and set himself up for another move on the Alfa Romeo. That gap between Pope and Ali Turgot now only 2.2 seconds. That gap has really come down a lot from 4.4 in the last few sectors in the last lap. But yeah, as you said, Sector Corio's gaining time on Bon Evil. The gap now 4/10.
Here comes JMB Sorrell on Parsley now. He got a very bad line through their hairpin. He just looked for me, but didn't seem to have the traction to get it. But he is on very, very first softs. I'd say look for me any minute now.
He's got much superior grip compared to those Warner mediums. 6 lap mediums versus completely fresh soft tyres, and I'm sure the Alfa Tauri will be able to get past the Alfa Romeo on those different set of tyres. He's got to bide his time around these tricky streets of Singapore. Maybe look for a move down the end of the second, the second DRS straight. Might be his best. Might be his best overtaking opportunity. Bon Evil. Yeah, another 3 seconds. That's 9 seconds now. Or the time penalties might almost be jumped by Ali Turgot or Pope if Pope gained so much time in the last few laps. Here goes JMB Sorrell, might try and go around the outside of the Alfa Romeo. Couldn't quite get it done. Might look for a move down the inside, but decides to back out of that one and is really gaining on Parsley. It's only going to be a matter of time when he does get past. Might save up his ERS a little bit, as Pope is now less than a second behind Ali Turgot. Sector Corio's also less than a second behind Bon Evil, but Bon Evil with those 9 seconds worth of penalties might drop quite far down the
there goes
field.
Jamie's through.
And that's
Big
partially
oh,
into the wall, and Antonio going into the same wall as well, but that's wing damage for the Alfa Romeo. A huge unfortunate for him. Front left end plate damage. I don't think Antonio got wing damage from... No, he didn't. So Antonio escaped from wall, getting damage into turn 13.
That is good news for Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie with 9 seconds. It might just not be close enough, but Danger Times looked to be on for a podium. 4 seconds behind Bon Evil. Bon Evil with 9 seconds worth of time penalties. It's looking decent for the Haas driver for a third place in this race at least. Here comes Pope. Might look for a move on Ali Turgut, but just quite isn't quite close enough yet on those fresh soft tyres. With only 1 lap to go, the penultimate lap here at Singapore.
And now it's time for everyone to get a move on.
Not long left in this race. We've got the battle for second place. Well, the second place on track, still pursuing. Zector Gurrios trying to get a move on Bon Evil.
Well, he ran a little bit wide through that twist. He's using for a sling section of the track. Pope just maybe looking for a move very soon. He's using his overtake. So you just wait for maybe the main straight or the secondary rest.
Jitsi Kev comes around the final corner to start the final lap of this race. Zector Gurrios all over the back of Bon Evil. Bon Evil does have 9 seconds worth of penalty, so he could stay behind the Racing Point driver, but might want to try and get this one down on track as well. Rootless Pack picking up a 3-second time penalty. Pope gaining on the back of Ali Turgut. Only 3/10 separate those two. 3/10 between second and third, and it's going to be another entertaining end to this race here at Singapore.
Right now it's time to get up on your seat, stop relaxing. Let's get something done, boys.
Pope soft tyres might just be going off a little bit in the final stage of this race. Here goes Zector Gurrios to the inside of the Racing Point, late on the brakes, down the inside, gets the move done up into second place. Bon Evil might try and fight this one back for pride, but couldn't quite get the move done. Pope now going wheel to wheel with Ali Turgut down the second straight, and easily gets the move done before the corner up into fifth place. Sorry, but yeah, good move from Pope up into fifth place, and Zector Gurrios up into second place.
So the most annoying thing about commentating is that it comes to the last lap and people just get they make overtakes at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Antonio's gone for a spin and he's lost his front wing.
Antonio's, yes, no front wing on the front of that Red Bull. I think he went a little bit too deep in towards turn 2. Might have hit the wall. Didn't quite. I saw the yellow flags on the map, but didn't quite see what happened.
Yeah, I went on board and he was just still, so I'd say maybe reset the track.
But it's been an absolute flawless race from Jitsi Kev. Comes across the line, wins the race from pole position with the fastest lap. It's a grand slam for the Racing Point driver. Zector Gurrios comes across the line in second place. Bon Evil finishes in third on track, but might lose out to Danger Times, and Danger Times finds himself on the podium in third place. Bon Evil in fourth. Pope looks to come across the line and finish in fifth on track, but with a penalty might lose out to Ali Turgut. He does. Ali Turgut gets fifth place. Rootless Pack round the final corner for the Alfa Romeo team in seventh place. Super King Racer.
Jamie's through on Super King Racer. Yeah, it's getting very hairy. Might look for a move in the last corner. Very opportunistic. Maybe might send one. Don't think he can. He has to hold out for ninth place.
But it's going to be Super Clean Racer for 8th place. Jamie Thrill in 9th. Parsley comes around the final corner now in 10th.
I think he'll lose out to Defend Fumbler in 11th. He doesn't. Antonio finishes the race without a front wing.
Oh dear, that's my controller. There we go. Antonio, with no front wing around the final corner, finishes in 12th place. But no retirements through that race and no safety cars.
That was probably the most surprising thing I've seen all day.
Very clean race here at Singapore. Super Clean Racer gets the in-game driver of the day. Once again, my Twitch isn't working, so I cannot see what's going on in there. But for pole position with the fastest lap, it's going to be Jutsikev. On his return to the weekend league, claims the top spot of the podium. Zektigorio's in second, Danger Times rounding off the podium. A very good race. And coming up next, we do have that one-shot quali and another 25% race, which could definitely shake up the grid a bit.
That's a flawless drive from Super Clean. No, sorry, yeah. I meant Jutskev. Grand Chelem, as they're called in F1.
And here is your final grid for the first race. Jutsikev wins the first race at Singapore. Zektigori is in second, Danger Times in third, Bon Even in fourth, Ali Tiger in fifth, Pope in sixth, Rootless Pack in seventh, Super Clean Racer in eighth, Jamie Cyril in ninth, Parsley in 10th, Duff Tend in 11th, and Antonio in 12th place.
I'm sorry, I am going to have to leave now.
Coolio.
Sorry about that, but I probably will be able to join you next week again. So, alright, thanks for having me, see you later.
See ya. But I'm just going to quickly check what people have been saying in the comments on the PlayStation, because I can't see what it's being said on my phone. Bon Evil saying Singapore's her worst track, so to take just finishing. Piero just kept dominating the weekend league. Can I check the standings? I can check the standings. I'll try and check the standings at least. So Jutsukev. Wow, Jutsukev won 4 races in a row. That's another one today. Okay, I'll try and work this out real quick. That's another 26 points. Danger Times finished in third. So Jutsukev is now on 107. Danger Times behind on 86. And there's reduced points in the second race as well. So I'm not sure if it can be won today. Can it be won today? Yeah, I'm not sure it can be won today. The gap at the front now 21 points after that race. And with a max points of 42 points per round. 26 for the first race and 16 for the second with the fastest lap. So you'd have to somehow find, what's that, 21 points in the second race with a max of 16. So unfortunately, Jutsukev, it can't be won today. But it's definitely set you up for a good chance of winning it in Brazil next week for the final race of the season. And surprisingly, my Wi-Fi has actually survived the first race, which is great to see. It's the first time in, well, we're on round 7 and 8, and it's the first time it's survived without stopping. Well, I hope it hasn't stopped. I hope it's all okay. and just waiting for all the drivers to pick their strategies, their setup, sorry, their tyres for this one-shot quali. Here we go. Let's ride on board with with the race winner from the last race. Let's find Jitsikev. There we go. Yes, having on board with Jitsikev in this quali session. We don't want to ride on board. There we go. Let's get rid of the spectator stuff as well. Yeah, keep the leaderboard just so we can see what the times are. But Jitsikev on the soft tyres, opening up the DRS, going down the back straight. Rudolph's Pack has retired from this quali session. Unfortunately, he might have invalidated his lap. But Jitsikev through turn 7 and 8 now. Parsley gets disqualified for parking in dangerous location. Interesting. Jitsikev currently on provisional pole through the first sector, quickest of all at the minute through the new Singapore sling through turn 8 to turn 10, 11, 12, and then towards turn 13, the hairpin that leads onto the third straight or the second straight. But it looks like Zektikorios has just got the better of Jitsikev through the middle sector now in towards turn 14, braking just before or around the 100-meter board. Through this very technical middle sector, doesn't want to ride the curbs and get an invalidated lap. Does well to keep it out of the barriers. Now going under the bridge, doesn't hit the wall on the inside or the out. It looks like a good lap from Jitsikev at the minute. And clips the wall there. That don't think that gave him end plate damage around the final corner, but it's going to be Zektikorios who takes pole position, followed by Pope, Bon Evil, Danger Times, Jane Booster, Duff 10, Super Clean Racer, Antonio in 10th, I think that was. A few people getting disqualified for invalid laps. And yeah, we do want rain, Piero. We want rain. I want rain. But it's going to be Zektikorios who takes this one by just 6.5 tenths. To Jitsikev in second, Pope in third, Bon Evil in fourth, Danger Times closely in fifth, JB Throw in sixth, Duff 10 in 7, and Super Clean Racer in 8th. Parsley, Antonio, Ali Tiger, and Rudolph's Pack all getting invalid laps. But Bon Evil only 1.2 seconds behind on the medium tyres. And we saw how quick Pope was come the end of the first race, towards the end of that race, so might be a good strategic call if he can keep it out of the barrier. So then, just waiting for everyone to pick their strategies, maybe change setups if need be, and then we should be ready to go racing for the second race here at Singapore. And here we go then for the formation lap. And let me just get everything back up. I'm not leader. Let's go with tyres. Majority of people on the soft tyre. Bon Evil, Ali Tiger, and Rootless Pack on the mediums. So a few different strategies today for the second race. As Will Parsley's been disqualified from the formation lap. Not going to have the warmest of tyres when this race starts. They're going to be nice and cold. So probably won't get the best of starts in this race. As this game does actually simulate tyre wear and tyre temperatures on the formation lap is actually left the session. I'm not sure. That's probably a disconnect from the Alfa Romeo driver. Might have enough time to get back in for the start of this race. Currently still on the formation lap. Sorry about that. But here we go then. Drivers coming around the final corner now to finish the formation lap. See Zektigorya is lining up on the front row alongside Jitsikev. Hope and Bon Evil lock out the second row. Danger Times, Jamie Cyril, Duff 10, Super Clean Racer, Parsley, Antonio, Ali Tiger and Rootless Pack round off the grid, but we got the 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and Zektigorya is off to a really bad start, dropping down to 4th, 5th, 6th, maybe even 7th in this race. The McLaren off to a horrendous start. As it's going to be Jitsikev who leads the way. Pope in the Williams this time gets up into second place. Bon Evil now in 3rd place, as that looks like Zektigorya with wing damage towards the back of the grid. It is so. Zektigorya finishing in 2nd place in the last race, is now down towards the back of the grid with wing damage. Antonio and Zektigorya and Rudis Pack now going to wheel, and the Alfa Romeo is going backwards down the straight in towards turn 7. Facing a similar way to where Sebastian Vettel was a few years ago, and we have our first safety car of the race. After only 6 corners, we now have a safety car. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it has brought out the full safety car, and well, it's going to give all those drivers with wing damage the chance to come into the pits and repair it and rejoin at the back of the pack. So did Ali Turgut get damaged? I think no, he's fine for damage. Zektigorya does have damage after getting such a poor start in this race, and Antonio does also have wing damage, so he might have been caught up in a little bit of first lap drama. Tony, if we got a few penalties for collisions under the safety car, they may be removed by the stewards if drivers made a claim about that. A few drivers though coming into the pits, and I think it'd be a very wise decision to come into the pits. Jitsikev into the pits, Pope in, Daneshams in, Bon Evil also in, so the 2 racing points double stacking. JMB Cyril is into the pits, Duff 10 into the pits, everyone coming into the pits. It looks like there's been a bit of a mix up in the pit lane. It's a very busy pit lane. Who's going to get out ahead? Jitsikev does retake the lead of the race. Bon Evil is able to double stack behind. Pope and Danger Times for the mediums. A few other people for the mediums. Is that Antonio for softs? It is Antonio for softs. So coming off from the softs and back onto softs. Then you can see the Red Bull guys putting away soft tyres. So Antonio's going to have to make another pit stop in this race. Root is packing for hards. Front wing change for the Ferrari, I think that was, or the Alfa Romeo. But that was everyone into the pits. We've got a few penalties for the collisions under the safety car, but after lap 1, Jitsikev now leads this race with Pope behind. So a very Premier Series like battle we're starting to see once again here in the weekend league this time. The battle between Pope and Jitsikev. Racing point against Williams this time rather than the AlphaTauri. But the different compounds are definitely going to be an interesting restart. Pope and Danger Times are definitely going to be quicker than those on the hards in the opening stint. But come towards the end of this race, Singapore is so high on its tyre wear and tyre temps that those mediums might fall off towards the end of the race, giving Jutsu Kev and Bon Evil, JMB Surreal as well, the upper hand at the end of this race. Few drivers trading positions here under the safety car. I think it was Danger Times initially in third place. Oh, there's a Haas round, sorry, Danger Times. Was that with front wing damage? I think the Haas does have front wing damage. I'm not sure what's happening here, but the Haas is now ghosting side of the racing point. And what is happening here? Danger Times is now in the wall with more front wing damage and is coming into the pits. Not sure what happened there between Danger Times and Bon Evil. Danger Times now picking up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane and has retired the car from this race. So Danger Times won't be scoring any points in the second race. That's definitely not gonna help him out in the championship fight, considering Jutsukev is leading this race. Not sure what happened between Bon Evil and Danger Times, but it has resulted in Danger Times retiring the car in the pit lane after picking up front wing damage. But Jutsu Kev still, well, leading this race obviously under the safety car, no overtaking. Super Clean Racers just coming up to the back of the pack now, so we might get the safety car in this lap. And then we can get back to racing once again. And there we go, safety car is in this lap. So we will be back to green flag racing as soon as the safety car comes into the pit lane. Jutsukev now will be backing up the field to give himself some room between himself and the safety car, so we can blitz it as soon as the safety car comes into the pit. Doesn't want to catch up too much to the safety car, otherwise we'll be given the safety car limiter, you could say, which restricts him. It'll make him put on the brakes and might give Pope an advantage after the safety car restart. But coming through the final few corners now, and we should be getting ready to go back to green flags once again. You can see the safety car does come around the final corner, back into the pits, and Jutsukev's gone now. As round the final corner, he's caught Pope a little bit napping, but it's a good restart from Pope, and that's Pope was round into the wall. I don't think he got the best of restarts. Bon Evil's got through, and that's going to be Duff Tender and JMB Surreal going wheel to wheel in towards turn 1, 2 and 3. The Alpha Tauri trying to go down the inside, the Red Bull trying to go around the outside, but just couldn't quite get the move done. Antonio going from JMB Surreal looking for a move, and Antonio getting up into 6th place. Of JMB Surreal not getting a good restart out of the safety car, but here comes Pope now on Bon Evil. Might try and go for a move, isn't just quite close enough to get it done yet. JMB Surreal will be looking for a move on the Red Bull, but a very clean restart it seems after the safety car coming in. Jutsukev already a 1.1 second gap to his teammate behind, as Sector Correas might be looking for a move from JMB Surreal, but doesn't go for anything into the new Singapore sling. Rootless Pack trying to get a good run on Sector Couriers in front, who's going to go for a move on JMB Cyril. It's going to be the outside in towards turn 14, around the outside of the AlphaTauri. They're still going to go will to will in towards turn 15 now. Sector Couriers on the outside, JMB Cyril on the inside. It looks like Sector Couriers has got the move done around the outside of the AlphaTauri. A really good move from the McLaren driver, as it's back on a comeback in this race after having damage on the opening lap. But after the first lap, it's going to be Jitsukev who leads this race after the safety car restart. Super Clean Racer, and sorry, that's Rootless Pack Ground at the penultimate corner, and doing a little spin. Luckily not to get front wing damage after hitting the barrier there. We've got more yellow flags. I think that is just for Rootless Pack. But it looks like Super Clean Racer is getting, was really close behind Ali Turgut, sorry, as Pope looking for a move on Bon Evil down the inside, gets moved down initially. Pope has to settle in for third place for now. Might try and look for a move back, but isn't quite close enough to get back past the Williams. The Ferrari of Duff 10, sorry, in fourth place is going to be looking for a move on Bon Evil as well. On those fresher, well, not fresher, but those mediums are going to be much better in grip compared to those hard tyres. Everyone pitting under the safety car. They're all on the same amount of freshness, but those mediums are going to die slightly quicker compared to those hards, but are going to have more grip in the opening stint. And that's Antonio around into a spin, doing a little pirouette for us down at turn 13. Not turn 13, sorry. That's turn 8. As Bon Evil gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That might cost her in the end of this race. Yellow flags in sector 2. I think that's Antonio again, doing more donuts with front left end plate damage, and I think those rear tyres are just completely cooked after that initial spin. But Sector Couriers is gaining on the back of the Ferrari of Duff 10. Pope setting the fastest lap of the race. Sector Couriers actually now setting the new fastest lap of the race on those medium tyres. 1 minute 38.6 for the McLaren driver is gaining on the back of the Ferrari, only 3/10 behind. We'll have DRS, but the Ferrari is also going to have DRS on the racing point in front. So this could see Duff 10 fighting for the podium positions. Bon Evil goes defensive. Duff 10's going to try and go around the outside. Sets fastest in the middle sector. Bon Evil's gone deep. This could allow Duff 10 to get a switchback around the outside of the racing point. Will try another switchback move, but just couldn't quite get past the racing point there. Will try and set himself up though, but couldn't quite get through. Turn 8, sorry. Into the new Singapore sling now, and still Bon Evil in third place for now, but the two drivers behind on the medium tyres are going to have more grip compared to the hards. Duff 10 almost pushing Bon Evil through the hairpin of turn 13 with the DRS now wide open. Has drained pretty much all the ERS here, and just couldn't quite gain enough to get a move done down the straight. And the other Ferrari of Ali Turgut looking for a move on JMB Cyril in the AlphaTauri, but just couldn't quite get that move done either. Sector Couriers getting very out of shape through the final sector, but is able to hold on to 5th place for now with no wing damage. But it's still Jitsukev leading this race. Super Clean Racer is slowly gaining on the Ferrari in front of Ali Turgut. But Jitsukev, I think, has made a slight mistake. The gap now 5/10 to Pope. Well, Pope's really put the foot down in this race. We've got yellow flags. I think that's Antonio again in the middle sector. He's completely lost his front wing, and that's a virtual safety car. And as Antonio decides to retire the car through turn 8, I think it is. So a virtual safety car now at the halfway stages of this race. Lap 7 out of 15. Who's going to be the best to respond at the end of this virtual safety car? It's the driver's choice how far they stay, or how close they stay to their delta, whether they try and keep it as small as possible, or whether they go a little bit cautious. With the delta time, they don't want to get a penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. But the virtual safety car has now ended. Rootless Pack getting a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. That's definitely not going to help him out in this race. Ali Turger looking for a move on J&B Surreal. Battle for 6th place. We've got another battle for 3rd as well, and the battle for the lead as Pope looks to try and put pressure on Jutsikev out front. But that's Jutsikev. What's happened to Jutsikev? He's coming into the pits. Does he have a drive-through penalty? He does have a drive-through penalty. The pit crew preparing a pit stop. I didn't see that on the screen. So as that sector Corio's round at turn 3, facing the wrong way. I'm not sure what happened to him in the McLaren. There might have been contact, but that's Jutsikev down to 8th place after serving a drive-through penalty, and it's now Pope who leads this race on lap 8. So the table's turning massively at the halfway stage in this race. Jutsikev with a drive-through penalty. Sector Corio's either making the mistake or had contact with someone else. Facing the wrong way down at turn 2 and 3. Finds himself now in 7th place, 8/10 behind Super Clean Racer. As Ali Turger looking to put pressure on J&B through in front. We've got a trainer, 4 cars here for 4th place. Jet Sector Corio's does have a time penalty though, which will have to be served at the end of the race. But coming to the end of lap 8 now, and Pope is leading this race after Jutsikev picking up a drive-through. Bonnie Evil in 2nd, Duff 10 in 3rd, J&B Saru in 4th, Ali Turger in 5th, Super King Racer in 6th, Zector Corio's in 7th, Jutsikev in 8th, and Rootless Pack AI, I think that is in 9th, as Zector Corio's gets ahead of Super King Racer up into 6th place. For the McLaren, will be hunting down the Ferrari of Ali Turger and will try and get past as soon as possible and try and make up for that earlier mistake. Had wing damage on the opening lap as well, but the safety car brought him back into the race. Is all over the back of the Ferrari. He's going to have DRS down the straight. The Ali Turger not getting the best of exits through turn 4 or 5, and that's going to be Zector Corio's down the inside of the Ferrari up into 5th place. Ali Turger's going to try and fight back, but can't fight back hard enough on those hard tyres compared to Zector Corio's mediums, and now Zector Corio's is going to try and fight back through the field and get past the Alpha Tauri of J&B Surreal. Duff Tendo looking for him, trying to gain back on Pope, on Bonnie Evil, but Zector Corio's already getting the move done on J&B Surreal and is absolutely flying through the mid stages of this race, getting past Ali Turger and J&B Surreal on lap 9 out of 15. Will try and close down as much as he can on Duff 10. He might pick up more penalties in this race. That's what the McLaren driver's going to be hoping for. But Ali Turger now closing on the back of J&B Surreal. There's only 5 laps left to go in this race. And Pope is extending his lead out front. 4.3 seconds now to Bonnie Evil. Duff 10 just dropping back a little bit from the racing point. But here goes the other Ferrari, Ali Turgut, to the inside of JMB Surreal, down the inside, late on the brakes, look a bit too late. JMB Surreal is going to try and switch back move, but here comes Super Clean Racer on the Alpha Tauri, who's going to dive one down the inside of the Ferrari. Couldn't quite get the move done, but here goes Super Clean Racer, might try and look for a move on the Alpha Tauri, get a switchback move, get a good run into the Singapore Slinger. Surely he's not going to send one, he's going to look for a move down the inside, but plays it smartly and doesn't go for it in the end. Not a corner you really want to be going wheel to wheel in. But after that, there's a little bit more spread out between these guys in the midfield. Super Clean Racer dropping back now to 1.3, 1.2 seconds. So didn't get the best of runs through the hairpin. Now it's cost him a lot of time. Jutsukev now 2.3 seconds behind this battle. Here comes Jen Bisarel looking for a move on Ali Turgut, who comes into the pits. Is this for a scheduled stop? It is. You can see the Ferrari crew coming out. Is there a front wing damage to the Ferrari? It doesn't seem to be. It just seems to be a scheduled pit stop onto the soft compound tyres. Maybe trying to go for fastest lap at the end of this race. Interesting strategy call from Ali Turgut. As Jutsukev has now caught up to the back of this fight for 5th place, getting a bit loose on the rear through turn 8 into 9. Through the Singapore Sling goes the racing point, now serving his drive-through penalty, has dropped down to 7th place now in this race. We're trying to get many points as he can from this race to try and extend his championship lead. And it's gaining on the back of the Renault. Super King Racer also looking for a move on JMB Surreal. Isn't going to try anything in the final sector, but Jutsukev might look for a move down the inside, but there's definitely not enough room to go wheel to wheel through this part of the track, as the racing point is going to be looking to get this done as soon as possible to try and close in on the cars ahead, but I'm not sure there's enough time left in the race to get the move done. To get the move done on the cars in front of JMB Surreal, but never say never in this race. JMB Surreal is Super Jetty is all over the back of Super Clean Racer now. Might try and look for a move at the end of this DRS straight. Doesn't have as much ERS to play with, but he's going to go for it anyway to the inside, but it will be the outside for the next corner, and easily gets the move done around the outside. So much later on the brakes than the Renault, and will be hunting down Super Clean Racer in front. There you go, Super Clean Jutsukev are going to look for a move down the inside. The hairpin of turn 13 on JMB Surreal. Didn't get the move quite done there, but we'll have the DRS on the AlphaTauri. And it's going to send one down the inside. Just couldn't quite get the move done there either. But it's definitely gaining on the AlphaTauri. Just needs to bide his time a little bit. JMB Surreal does have a time penalty, which Jutsukev doesn't at this stage of the race. So if he can go this race penalty through, that would definitely help him out in this battle for 5th place. Zectic Oreo now on the back of Duff 10 for 3rd place. I'll just have a quick look at the penalties. Not that one, there we go. Duff 10 and Bon Evil having 3 seconds. Zectic Oreos with 5 as Jutsukev gets the move done on JMB Thrill up into 5th place down at turn 1. as Duff 10 and Oreo is going to go wheel to wheel through turn 7, turn 6, and it's going to be the Ferrari trying to go down the inside, but just right to the curb on the inside and into the side pod of the McLaren. That's hugely unfortunate. I don't think the McLaren got damaged from that, nor did the Ferrari, but these guys really battling it out in the final stages of this race. Zexicorius trying to make up a recovery drive from having damage on lap 1 and then spinning on lap 7 or 8, I think it was, down at turn 2 and to turn 2 or 3, and that, oh, it's just lag. I was gonna say that was a big impact crash, but thankfully it's just lag. And Zexicorius is still actually in this race. There's looks like he's almost pushing the Ferrari through the final corner. Misses out just a little bit through the penultimate corner, but onto the penultimate lap of the race then for these two, as Zexicorius is going to try and get the move done on the Ferrari as soon as possible, now that he's running out of time left in this race and does have 2 seconds extra time penalties compared to the Ferrari, so he's really going to have to get past and put the foot down in the final lap of the race. But here he goes with the ERS and the DRS. Now looks towards the inside. Yeah, Duff 10 doesn't defend it. That's Zexicorius down the inside, locks up the front left tyre. Here goes Duff 10. Now we'll try to switch back the outside line for the hairpin of turn 7, sorry. And Zexicorius is able to get himself up into 3rd place. And Duff 10, with only 3 seconds worth of time penalty, Zexicorius with 5, is still in a good position for a podium here. Zexicorius is going to have to put the foot down win the final lap of this race. See there, it doesn't look like Duff 10 got the best of exits through turn 13. A lot of wheel spin on exit, almost out of the DRS window, which is exactly what Zexicorius, it's exactly what he's going to want if he's to win this race. The gap up front though has come down a little bit. It was 4 seconds, now it's 2.6, 2.7, 2.6. So Pope starts the final lap of this race here at Singapore. And Duff 10 has made a little bit of a mistake now. The gap 1.6 seconds, and this is exactly what Zexicorius needs. He needs to find 5 more tenths in this race. Duff 10 picks up a 3-second time penalty, which brings his total amount of penalties up to 6 seconds, and it looks like Zexicorius is now the man for the final place on the podium. And once again, how the tables can turn with time penalties. Evil picking up a 3-second time penalty. I'm just going to leave it on, not that, I'm going to quickly leave it on time penalties so we can see roughly where everyone's going to finish in this race. But it's been a pretty clean, well, it's been a really clean race from Pope. He's led pretty much every single lap after Jutsikev had his drive-through penalty. Hasn't really been under threat from Evil in this race on his debut in the Wincan League, just filling in to fill up the grid a bit after we've only had 12 drivers who could make it today. Unfortunately, other people were unable to attend, but it means these 12 drivers are going to be picking up good points in the championship. Well, in this race, only 9 will be picking up points, unfortunately, after we've got 3 retirements from this race. But one of the only drivers to have no penalties in this race, Ali Turgut, is the only one who hasn't picked up a penalty so far in this race. But it's going to be Pope who rounds the final corner and wins here in Singapore. He's going to slow down to do some weaving, and Evil will come across the line and take 2nd place. Another podium for Evil. Zexicorius rounds the final corner, finishes in 3rd place. Another podium for the McLaren driver, Duff 10 in 3rd. Jutsikev might just get ahead. Doesn't quite get ahead of the Ferrari after getting a drive-through penalty It's a good recovery up into 5th place in a 25% race. Here goes JMB Surreal now. Up in finishes in 6th place. Super clean race actually jumps JMB Surreal. JMB Surreal down into 7th. Ali Tiger, the only other driver with Pope not to get any time penalties, and rounds off the grid in 8th place. Rootless Pat getting the in-game driver of the day, gaining the most positions in this race. And there you have it, Pope picking up his first weekend league win here in the streets of Singapore. It's going to be Bon Evil and Zecticorios on the podium, but those have been 2 very eventful Singapore Grand Prix. I hope you all enjoyed, and here was the finishing grid for the second race. Jutsu Kev will be gaining points in the championship as Danger Times DNF'd from this race. Pope wins this race, followed by Bon Evil and Zecticorios. It's a British 1, 2, 3 in this race. Duff Ted in 4th, Jutsu Kev in 5th, Super Clean Racer in 6th, JMB Surreal in 7th, Andy Toga in 8th, and Rootless Pack in 9th. Antonio, Danger Times and Parsley all DNFing from this race. But Jutsu Kev leads the championship going into the final race of the season. Next week is going to be at Brazil for the final 2 races of the season. Stay tuned tonight at 8 o'clock UK or 9 o'clock CET for the other weekend league group. Tiger Assassin will be in the commentary box. You have his beautiful voice to listen to for that one. But that's all from me, and well, that's it. See you next week. See you guys.